views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
Hi, welcome. This is Dr. John DeMartini. This is one of the most amazing and inspiring shows that you can listen into. If you want to be on the edge of your seats, if you want to open up your heart, if you want to expand your mind, and you want to meet incredible people, stay tuned because you're just about to experience a transformative radio show that will change your life. And you're listening to the Dr. Pat Show that's coming up right next.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show. Talk radio to thrive by. Powerful, inspiring, and coming to you live, bringing you stories of people like you and me busting through and living life full out. Get ready to dare to wonder what your life would be like if you knew you could not fail.
Hey, everybody, I'm Dr. Pat. I am so thrilled to be connecting with all of you today. I have to tell you, I'm so excited about Dr. Agnes Frankel joining me here. And let me tell you why. You know, not only is she recognized as a leader in the field of longevity, natural beauty, but she is someone that walks the talk. And what do I mean by that? You know, the folks that get to work with her are people that understand that when Dr. Agnes shows up, she's not just talking with them, she's helping them make positive changes in their lifestyle, in their diet, but she does it in a way where she looks at the things that literally helps the body to thrive, helps the spirit to thrive, and then presents them with options. Now, why do I know this? She's a health coach. She is somebody that has been out in the world of what we now know as anti-aging, that is literally creating a new narrative on this. And she takes her message throughout the world. Why? Because we can prevent disease. And that's what today is about. We are going to kick it up for all of you out there. The oldest medicine on earth, H20, water. Dr. Agnes, it's great to have you here. Man, why are we not getting this message?
Hello, Dr. Pat. You're more than kind. Thank you. Thank you for helping me. I'm so excited as usual. And today I'm sure it will be like really awesome episode because water is so important and we can talk about water for hours, I'm sure, right?
Well, you know, I love what the topic is, the oldest medicine on earth. Yeah. And I have to tell you, there are some cultures around the world that understand that really, really well. I am not sure that, at least, let me talk about the United States, that here in the U.S., we understand the power of that oldest medicine. Can you just tell us why water is so powerful?
Of course, I'm thrilled to do that. But at first, let me just share with you a little story. You mentioned a couple of times that water is the oldest medicine. And actually, that's so true. But how I got to know about that, that's actually funny. Sometime like 7 years ago when I was passing my PhD, I got this question during being examined by a professor. And he asked me, very like 70-year-old professor of the medical university. And that's his question. He asked me, okay, Dr. Frankel, so tell me now, what's the oldest medicine on earth? And he was with his, very serious face. And I was like shocked. I didn't know what to respond. I had thousands of different ideas in my head. But I said water. I just did it and I was ready just to fail. And he said, of course, it's water. So, somehow people know that water is so precious and so essential, and that's why it's so important to cherish it and just try to think, Dr. Pat. And let's remember that we are so glad, and we should be grateful, actually, that we in Europe or in United States or in Australia, we do have water. There are some parts of the world that people struggle to have really fresh water. So that's unbelievable. How can they survive day after day? They're taking, long, long walks, day-to-day walks, just to get some water to drink, some fresh water. So at first, let's just recognize that we are really grateful because we've got tons of great water. We can really choose the water we want to drink. So that's really easy for us to dive into this oldest and so powerful medicine on earth. And now, as we know that, I really would like everyone who's listening to just, grab a glass of water. We'll talk later what kind of water, but just to make sure that while we're listening, we're just doing it. Because if you know something, but you're not doing it, that's part of the coaching I'm doing right now. It's like, you're not doing it. It's for nothing. So please, everyone who is listening, and you, Dr. Pat, too, I'm really, really asking everyone to take the pause, go for a glass of water, come back with water and sip while we are chatting about this powerful medicine.
Yeah,
right.
And exactly. And, in the world we live in today, we're not talking about, that this is a multi-billion-dollar industry. But here's the thing. We have created so many props for people to put their water in that they drink it. And yet people buy the props and still don't drink the water. I think that my case is exactly the reason why. We just don't want to believe that water is one of the most, if not the important thing that we can do to keep our body functioning well. And I think we get a little overwhelmed, Dr. Agnes, when we hear a doctor say, you got to drink 10 8-ounce glasses of water a day. And then we see these glasses on a table and we forget, oh, no, it doesn't have to be like that. So let's talk for a minute about what happens when we do get dehydrated. What is the body? How does it react? Because that's crazy, isn't it?
Dr. Pat, I'm just so excited. Sorry for interrupting, but let me just put at first something into perspective. So first of all, I know for some people it's really funny, like doctor speaking about water, but hello. I just want to tell you, going back to your first question, why water is so powerful, why we want to drink water actually. So for those who just want to have this glow and, look slim when the spring is coming and spring is here again, everything and everyone in bloom. So let's just remember that when you or I, when we are going to the gym and we want to, get slim, do the 8-mile run or 5-mile run, it's very common between athletes to drink coffee or guarana or yerba mate before going to the gym, but actually that's so wrong, because what it does, it actually dehydrates us, and it should be the opposite way. Water is the best thing you can do before going for a run, going to the gym. That's the power. That's the first and most essential power. It gives you the energy. So if you feel tired but wired, please don't go for another coffee. Just try for the health's sake once. After listening to me, if you feel tired, go for a glass of water. Just drink the water and see how you feel in 5-10 minutes. And then if you are tired, okay, you can go for the coffee. But just give your body and yourself the chance. And let's just remember that I'm putting my medical MD helm cap on, that water is responsible in our body to, for example, maintain our DNA, to facilitate processes in our mitochondria. So, our the little things that are responsible for energy, our building blood. So the blood is over 90% water, and it's the system used to transfer oxygen and nutrients throughout our bodies. So that's so powerful. And water is building lymphatic fluid. It's making digestive secretions, regulating body temperature. What else can I say? Oh, it's maintaining cerebrospinal fluid, and much, much more. So actually, water is the basis. We are water. So if we don't really recognize that, we won't be able to understand how powerful water is. And that's what I really want us to do today, to really understand that water is crucial. So that's the power of water. And how can we approach water in our in our daily life?
Yeah.
It's very easy way to do it. And actually, there is no one good way. There are many ways. I will share mine in a second. But Dr. Pat, tell me, how do you make sure you drink your water during the day and you're not forgetting to drink it? Can you share with us? Because I know that's the thing. People have got many problems with, like, I forget to drink my water. So please, Dr. Pat, can you share with us?
Yeah, you know what I discovered, Dr. Agnes? I discovered that there is a very good reason that many people, and I'm one of them, do not like to drink water from the faucet. We try to convince ourselves that let's drink the water from the faucet. But if we realize it, we know that that water doesn't really taste very well. And how do we know that? Well, for me, my friend Dan started to provide me with water about a year ago. And I didn't ask him where he got the water from, but he would bring it over and I started to drink it. So here's what happened to me. Instead of going to the faucet to get water, which is really easy to do, I started to just take the water from what Dan brought over. And I'm drinking. So for me, every time I walked past the water, I drank it. I had a cup right there, and it was so easy. But I really do believe that the body knows that, wait a minute, that water you're drinking, it may be a little strange. Now, listen, if you cannot drink anything but that water, your body really needs it. So for me, I make sure that I created a little way to do this, Dr. Agnes. Every time I get up and I have to go to the restroom, I have programmed myself to come back and go right for the water. Now, let's take a short break. We come back, I want to talk about this because it's not hard. I mean, everyone here knows, whether you're at work, whether you're home, it doesn't matter where you are. What if you just did that thing that said, you know what? I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to the restroom.
Yeah.
I'm going to get up and go to the restroom, and I'm going to have my cup, my bottle, whatever it is in the hand. And when I come back, I'm going to fill it and I'm going to stand there and drink it. That's the way I do it. Let's take a short break. I know it's so much easier for me. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about what it is that this will do to change you from the inside out. We'll be right back.
Want to help reduce the divisiveness in our world? Each year, the School for Esoteric Studies holds a subjective group conference. This year, our focus is on unity in diversity, the science of right human relations. From April till June, we will meditate together, study relevant writings, and share practical strategies for improving how we relate with each other. Join us to help build inclusive communities. Check on our subjective group conference at esotericstudies.net. That's the School for Esoteric Studies at esotericstudies.net.
Tune in to The Jen Royster Show, intuitive guidance to inspire your life, each Thursday at 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This amazing show is an inspirational hour that will take you on an epic metaphysical journey to discover the spiritual approach to life's greatest challenges. Dr. Jen is an internationally known intuitive counselor, spiritual teacher, and energy healer. Call in for intuitive readings and visit JenRoyster.com for more information.
Is traditional medicine not working for you? Do you still feel as if your health isn't 100%? Here at the Holistic Medical Center, Dr. Nushin Darvish and the qualified staff look through the dimensions of wellness and start a healing plan prioritized to your needs. Our physicians assess the whole you until complete health is achieved. Get the help you need by visiting drdarvish.com or call 425-451-0404. Awareness is universal. Establishing a living awareness through meditation brings peaceful, healthy, and creative well-being into your everyday life. The practice of living awareness, Spirit Fire's own meditation practice, is built on this belief and is designed for every level of practitioner. Each year, Spirit Fire hosts living awareness meditation retreats that allow you to explore the practice in depth at our retreat center in beautiful Western Massachusetts. Introduce yourself to meditation and the practice at the Foundation's retreat. Attend, in silence, a silent meditation retreat focused on mindfulness, presence, and nature, or be engaged with the meditation sittings themselves at the Deepening Retreat. Start adding to your awareness and attend a meditation retreat designed to cultivate consciousness in your everyday life. For details on attending a Living Awareness meditation retreat, visit upcoming events at www.spiritfire.com.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Dr. Pat Show. If you all would have asked me that I would be sitting here talking about water, if you'd have asked me that a couple of years ago, I would have probably looked at you kind of strange. But what I now know is that I had to experiment with this myself. And I'm pretty much as resistant as the next person. But Dr. Agnes Frankel is here to really shed some light on this. I want to just say, if you want to find out more about Dr. Agnes, you can go to dragnesfrankel.com, and that's FRANKEL.com. And also, three of you who can send an email to Dr. Agnes with the most inspiring photo of how and when you drink your water. Each of you, three of you, will receive a 1-hour complimentary coaching. And that is super. So the best way to do that is just send Dr. Agnes an email at info, INF as in Frank O, at Dr. Agnes AGNES Frankel, FRANKEL.com, with the most inspiring photograph. And by the way, we're going to be posting this on our social media as well. Okay, Dr. Agnes, hydration, whether we hydrate or not, has been a very difficult argument to present to people.
Okay, so let's roll with this
cases,
because this is so crucial. So everyone who is listening, please listen. And if you think you know everything about water, that means you should be really, really listening, because water is something worth talking about every day, all day. Well, just to make sure everyone knows about that. So going again to the spring topic. It's spring, right? It's Pesach, Easter are coming. So everyone wants to go with this energy. So please remember, water. Only 4% drop in bodily fluids causes 20 to 30 drop in energy levels. So everyone who wants to have this energy, that's water, not coffee, not tea, water. So, and again, you can thrive without eating anything for days, but you won't survive without water. That's why our body, our organism really needs water. And if our body's water content drops by just 10%, it's life-threatening, everyone. 10%. It's so little, yet it's life-threatening. So water is so crucial, and being dehydrated, it's so important, and it's really serious. So please, everyone, water up, drink up. And I know, obviously, it sounds easy, but The medical data says that 75% of the population of the Western world is constantly dehydrated. 75%! It's unbelievable. It means that it's very likely that you, who is listening to me right now, your body is starving for water, and it wants water, not soda drinks, not Coke. No, Coke will dehydrate you, actually. And that's the confusion. That's the first stop I would love to make, Dr. Pat, because many of us are drinking things like Coke, Pepsi, coffee, tea, yerba mate, or other stuff that is really dehydrating our body. So please, if you really want to hydrate, first of all, drink water. You can or juices. You can add lemon to your water. You can add some mint to water or cucumber. But water is the thing, nothing else. Not tea, not coffee. Please make this mark. So, and we are literally water, as I said. Our brain is 75% water. Our blood is 83%. Skin, 72%. That's why when we are dehydrated, what we can expect? We can expect we look really old. Our skin is not only pale in color, and not only dull, but it doesn't have this, how to call it? It really, you can see all the lines, and you see that the face is dehydrated. Your lips are rough.
Yeah.
And you really feel tired. So those are the signs of dehydration. You don't, and when you actually feel like drinking water, that means you're so dehydrated. So please drink before even thinking that you might be dehydrated. The best rule is to drink 1 glass an hour. 1 glass an hour is actually perfect. Of course, it differs where you live. Is it hot or cold climate? If you're an athlete or if you're working in a job where you're sitting all day. But generally, a glass an hour is like 2 liters a day for a woman, 2.5 liters a day for a male. But it can differ, as I said. The very easy rule that I know many of my clients do, and it works, is they draw themselves 8 glasses. And every time they drink a glass, they're just, marking, okay, I drank a glass. So in the end of the day, they just can count and they know how many glasses of water they drank. And it's very easy, right, Dr. Pat?
Yeah, it is. And, I got a question that just came in, Dr. Agnes, and I wonder if you would talk about it. Well, first, you just answered the first question. And that question was, am I able to add lemon or something else to the water? Does it still have the same effect? And I think what you said is, but you don't want to add things that will dehydrate the system, like caffeine, because that's kind of counterproductive, right?
Yeah.
The next question that came in was, I heard that you could drink too much water. Can you ask Dr. Agnes to talk about that? I'd like to hear the answer to that too.
Okay. So, of course, everything can be poisonous, even water. And yes, the answer is you can actually drink too much of water. And what to do not to drink too much? Because if you drink too much, you will just have different levels of mineral in your body, and you will lack those minerals because your kidney will just make sure you filter them. But the best rule is that drink no more than 1 glass an hour. And actually, if you want to hydrate your body, it's better to drink slower than very quickly at once. So take your time with water. It's not helpful if you drink like half a liter in 1 minute.
Right.
Just drink it really slowly, and that's the best way to hydrate. And again, everything can be poison and everything can be a medicine. So everything in too much, in excess, can be poisonous. So yes, too much water can really cause this balance in your body. But again, because 75% of us are dehydrated, at first, please make sure you're drinking those water. And no, do not put any sweetener in the water. Maybe stevia from time to time, but try to add lemon or mint. just one big mark here.
Mm-hmm.
If you're drinking water in the morning, preferably, and you're taking your medicine with water, preferably do not put lemon in it.
Okay,
So
that's good news. Right.
Those are two aspects that actually I would like to mention. First
Sure.
of all, everyone who is listening, the very, very first and big thing that will make change in your daily life is making this new habit and this new routine. As we know, we as humans are habitual, so making and creating new habits can help us thrive. And the new habit is drinking a glass of water the first thing after you wake up. Why? Let's just remember that when we're sleeping, our body undergoes a tremendous amount of cellular repair, assimilation, detoxification, and, for example, our brain. The researchers have recently discovered that our brain's major detoxification system is 10 times more active while we are sleeping than during waking hours. So sleep is another big aspect. But, when we're sleeping, our body really deals with a lot of crap. That's why the first thing in the morning, we really want to make sure that we can flush all the toxins, so we can hydrate, and this first thing, big glass of water will help you to feel better, gain the energy, hydrate, and make sure that after this 8-hour sleep, which is the best 7-8 hour sleep, you really are set to go for a day.
Well, here's what I want to say. And thank you for those questions that are coming in. I think that's just awesome. When you're talking about drinking a glass a day, we're literally saying that, a glass an hour. What we're saying to people is that there's a natural process of this. Mm-hmm. And, think about it. If you're awake 8 hours a day, that's 8 glasses of water. If you're awake 10 hours a day, so forth and so on. But it really is that easy to do. The other thing that I heard you say, and I'd love for you to talk about it, is some people wake up in the morning, and I know that their practice is to drink like a quart of water. And they find that is something that helps them. Can you give us a little bit more guidance on that? There really are some people that just love to get up in the morning and just go right for the water.
Well, if they go right for the water, that's awesome. But still, it depends how much water they're drinking. If they're drinking, and like the water, the first thing in the morning, drinking water, as I said, is really essential if you want to age gracefully, have this glow and energy. But if you drink too much water in too short time, your body won't actually assimilate and hydrate. It will just, pass your body. That's the physiology. So it's not a race. Make sure you drink your water slowly. And if you drink 1 glass, or if you drink, 1 bottle, but in a very short time, this 1 glass can help you more than 1 bottle in a really short time, because it won't hydrate, as I told you. It will just pass your body. So you really want to take time with your water. And again, medical data, of course, is discussing water as a cure. Pure water, of course. We're speaking about pure water all the time. And thinking about that, I would like everyone, after listening to us, Google or read a book by Dr. Batman Galich. That's his surname. He was a very famous medical doctor who made a huge impact by curing his patients with water. So Dr. Batman Jali, he was a political prisoner in Iran, and encountered people who were suffering because no medications were available in the prison. So despite this, he, as a doctor, he was asked to help anyway. So what he did, he repeatedly, during the time he treated over 3,000 patients, more than that, with different conditions, by giving them water, pure water. So that's the power, right?
Yeah.
And his entire life's work states that disease is in fact rooted in dehydration. And that's really very interesting, Tisa. Think about that.
Yeah.
He concluded that modern medicine has just labeled stages of dehydration with many different names.
Yeah.
That's really interesting, isn't it, Dr. Pat?
Yeah, and what I love about his story is that, I mean, he's known as Dr. B. And, I mean, can you imagine being him and being in this prison for years and all of a sudden looking up the situation and discovering the healing power of water? And the story, that as I understand it, he had to treat a fellow prisoner with some kind of crippling ulcer or something. There was no medication at his disposal, right? So in our greatest need, right, we look at what is available, and so he gave I guess the prisoner like 2 glasses of water, and then something like 8 minutes. The pain disappeared. So, we now know that one act probably said, oh, wait a minute, there's something here. And then off he went. I think that what did he do? Treat like 3,000 prisoners suffering
more than
from
that.
this?
Yeah.
Right. Right. I mean, it's hard to imagine for a lot of people that are so used to going to the doctor and getting pills and getting medicine, that perhaps part of what they might be able to do is drink more water and get some relief. Now, I'm not saying that is going to happen for everyone, but doesn't it seem like it really is a place to start, isn't it, Dr. Agnes?
It is. And of course, we're not saying here that stop everything you're taking, stop taking your pills, just drink water. No, that's not that. On the contrary, please start adding. If you are taking any medications, please start adding more water into your diet. And actually, water can help us assimilate better the vitamins and the medications you're taking. So please remember about that. And if you are just looking for the glow and for the energy, and actually the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that drinking 500 milliliters of water, so it's like 17 ounces, increases our metabolic rate by 30%. That's really huge. So the increase occurs within 10 minutes and reaches a maximum after like 30, 40 minutes. So the total thermogenic calories burned is about 24 calories. And that's really huge. So despite if you're ill or if you're thriving and you want to be more thriving, just looking for the extra energy, please drink water. And one more time, let me repeat, everyone who is listening, and if you experience in yourself lack of energy, even lack of motivation, mood swings, pale skin, circles and shadows under your eyes, or lethargy, you don't want to and feel like doing anything, and you are so slow doing things, your metabolism is slow, or you are constipated, the root cause is really not, it's not drinking another coffee. Please start adding water into whatever you're doing. Don't skip anything. Don't, do whatever you're doing, your daily routine. Just please add waters and see how you feel after this 8 days, 7-8 days. And even if you're saying, no, I love my coffee, I want to have my coffee, okay? So maybe start with drinking a glass of water before your coffee, wait 5 minutes and see if you still want to drink the coffee. And you know what, Dr. Pat? So many of my clients are saying, no, actually, I'm done with the coffee. I did your trick. And after drinking those glass of water, I don't feel like drinking coffee anymore. So, that's a good start. And that's what every one of us can do even now, right?
Yeah. And what I want to do is I want to take a short break. And when we come back with Dr. Agnes, we're going to share our story. The question is, well, wait a minute, is it any water? Can I drink any kind of water Or what are the differences? Is there some difference between ozonated water and alkaline water? And how much does that matter in the scheme of things? Well, Dr. Agnes is going to take us on a journey. And when we come back, we'll talk about it. Should it be filtered? What else should we know? Let's take a short break, everyone. We'll be right back.
Bree Gibbs is a fourth-generation high priestess with the knowledge to raise your vibration and conscious creation. Offering a wide variety of services from goddess light and shamanic healing seminars to private reading sessions, Bree works with you so you too can stand in your own power. Isn't it about time you took your life into your own hands? For more information about Bree's services and products, visit silvergaia.com. That's silver, GAIA.com.
A word of caution, if you prefer the status quo and you are not interested in improving every aspect of your life, this book will trigger the shift out of you. The Truth is Funny, Shift Happens is available now. Author Colette Steffen brings the powerful knowledge and life-changing energy and empowerment from the radio airwaves to the pages of her new book. To get your copy in paperback or ebook, visit thetruthisfunny.com today.
When your body is awakened, your spirit comes alive. Dana Canetto is a transformational guide, embodiment coach, and spiritual mentor assisting women in realigning with their truth and embodying who they are by connecting to the wisdom of their body. Tune in every month on Transformation Talk Radio and the Dr. Pat Show Network for Body Divinity Radio with Dana Canetto. For more information on Dana and her services, visit danacanetto.com. That's DANACANNETO.com. Thrive is what we experience when our mind, body, and soul operate as one. When we thrive, we excel on all levels. Thrive is the mindset that matters. It is essential to our being. Have you ever found yourself looking for the instruction manual on how to thrive? You'll find everything you need to help you feel strong, powerful, and peaceful in your own body. So don't waste any more time. Visit thrivebyjen.com today.
Tune in to Dynamics of Diversity Radio, scripting the new narrative for immigration with leading experts Kripa Upadhyaya and Steve Tanijo on TransformationTalkRadio.com. This show will remove the noise that often accompanies discussions on this topic and share a new perspective on the dynamics of immigration and diversity, ever reminding us that together we are all at the core of innovation, excellence, and positive change. Visit OrbitLawPLLC.com for upcoming topics. Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show, Talk Radio to Thrive By. I am so thrilled to be talking to all of you. We have got talk radio for all of us. Are you ready and willing and able to accept all of the abundance you can muster up in your life? Check us out at drpatshow.com, transformationtalkradio.com, transformationradio.fm. Oh my goodness. Hey everybody, welcome back. Water.
Hello.
I know water everywhere, but there actually are a lot of drops to drink. Dr. Agnes, tell folks how they can find out more about you before we get into this this kind of conversation about the many different layers of water.
Okay, so everyone who is interested to thrive and to really know more about how to get that energy, glow, and health, actually, so anti-aging, please go to my website, dragnesfrankel.com, and that's the place where I'm sharing everything that's really juicy and really based on medical research mixed with, the cutting medical knowledge with natural approach. And I put their video once every second week. And the videos are really in a short form to make you interested and really take action, because that's my aim and that's my goal, to take action. And that's why today we're talking about water, because it's really easy for you to start to take action and to see the results. Right, Dr. Pat?
Absolutely. And, for me, it was, Dr. Agnes, understanding that not all waters are the same. And I don't think we even know that. So, for example, there's alkaline water, there's filtered water, there's even water that you can use ozone to create ozone water. But each of them have certain elements that I know we're going to talk about today. And there's water you drink from your tap. And when you have to make the decision, do I drink the water or not? You drink the water, right, Dr. Agnes?
Okay, but first of all, as the major rule, we want to have fun and make it easy while doing it. Because being overwhelmed, being stressed, even thinking about water like, oh my God, it should be ozonated or pH water or natural in plastic or not. Take it easy, everyone. Just a big breath in, big breath out. And the first rule is to take it easy and slowly. So if that's your first meeting with the water story, a water is better than non-water. So just start drinking whatever you have, like Dr. B. That's really what's going to make a big change into your daily life, daily routine. So any water is good. Of course, when you're making sure that when you're drinking it, you're not stressed and not nervous. And that's a short funny story I want to share. Yesterday, when I was a listener on a lecture in one of medical universities, I saw a great presentation when it was set and it was showed how water can change the structure, because actually water is made of crystals, right? So water can change the structure depending on the vibrations of people who is next to the water. So if you're stressed, the water will be, let's call it, stressed. If you're happy, the water will put the crystals that are more like a happy structure. What I want to say that whatever you do, whatever you're drinking or eating, you want to make sure you're not stressing yourself, because that affects the food you're eating or drinking. And it's not woo, it's just a medicine. I put it in a very easy way, but please make sure, everyone, that you are not stressed and just you want to start your water. And the second step is that when you are already drinking water, now you can start thinking if you want to upgrade the game. Meaning that water in a plastic is not necessarily as good as water in a glass, because sometimes plastics have got in them hormones and different stuff plastics are made of. So it's personal choice of everyone. Do I want to drink water of plastic or of glass? Of course, it depends on your history, or your medical history, or is the water just to help you thrive, or do you have really some kind of diseases and you want to upgrade your game in a huge level? So plastic or glass water. For me, actually, it depends where I am. Sometimes I drink from glass, sometimes from plastic. Everyone, please try different kinds of water, and then you will know how your body reacts and how you respond. I prefer glass. You, Dr. Pat?
I'll tell you why I prefer a glass. First and foremost is that, we're not going to get a greener earth if we continue to take plastic.
That's true.
And I mean, I've seen too much now to know that using plastic or buying water in plastic bottles, it really does contribute to destroying the earth. So I already know that. So glass for me, or if I'm going to use a form of plastic, it is not buying a plastic bottle to throw away.
Yeah.
But I like using glass. I mean, it's just something that that I like. And you can now buy glass containers if, you want to say, well, I'm on the go, I got to take it here, I got to take it there. I really do like that. But I think for me, it's also to be conscious about what we're doing to the earth.
Of
And
course,
so
to
that
the
got
earth
me
and to
to change.
ourselves.
Yeah, that got me to change first before I understood, how plastic can actually harm our bodies.
Yeah, and it's all about being, conscious when you're buying stuff, when it comes to the earth or your own health. We are part of this whole big ecosystem, and it's really good to be conscious about that. But getting back to water per se,
yeah,
let's just make sure that the water we're drinking is clean. So what I mean by that, in tap water, for example, we can possibly find things like chlorine, fluoride, drugs, hormones, pesticides, heavy metals, bacteria, or other microorganisms. So, of course, it doesn't mean that tap water is bad every time. It depends actually on a part of the world you're from. But generally, it's good to learn, the lesson. So what I mean by that, it's good to make a few phone calls and make sure and ask questions to know if where you are right now you can drink tap water, or is it better not to, right, Dr. Pat?
Right. Yeah, and I think that for folks that are listening, you have a lot of choices. Some people are thinking, first of all, economically, I'm not going to go out and buy a machine that has, thousands and thousands of dollars invested in it. And I don't think that you and I are saying that. For me,
no, of course not.
Yeah, my experience was my friend Dan gave me water, and I had no idea what was in the water. I had no idea. I didn't even understand what pH was, to be honest with you. And he just kept giving me the water. And I had gotten some blood work done. And then 2 months later, after, just keep drinking this water from Dan, I went in and I got my blood work done again. And the response was, wait a minute, this must not be your blood work. And I thought, oh, okay, yeah, maybe you're right. It must not be my blood work. And
yeah,
then
because Dr. Pat, sorry for interrupting, but you're like me. We know what we are talking about because we walk the talk, and we know that it really works, and that it's really so essential. Water, what kind of water you're drinking, right?
Yeah, I mean, and as a matter of fact, time went on. I still kept drinking Dan's water. I also drink ozone water, and went back to the doctor, and the doctor looked and said, wow, this is amazing. What are you doing? And I thought to myself, well, I'm not really doing anything any different. But I forgot that what I'm doing different is I'm drinking water, and I'm drinking more of it than I've ever had before. And I'm drinking this new kind of thing. But the point really is, whether it's pH, non-pH, ozone, non-ozone, we got to start with drinking it.
Yeah, that's true.
And start.
And start and really make sure that we see the positive results, because, and again, it's really not so difficult. You can, if you don't want to drink tap water because you did the research and in the place you're living in, it's no way you can drink tap water. You can just buy filters. For example, you can buy them, those based on reverse osmosis. With an additional ionizer that makes the water alkaline at the same time.
Right.
Them, in my opinion, are really worth the price. So once again, do the homework step by step, start with something, and please start with the morning glass of water. That's how you're gonna see the difference. If you're in a rush, if you're really busy, you can always buy those pH drops.
Mm-hmm.
They're on Amazon, I'm sure. Different companies are producing them. And just, you're adding 8 drops to a glass of water, and you can make sure the water is alkaline. So that's how you can upgrade your water, even if you don't know, the source of the water or you're drinking the tap water. So that's really very easy. And please try it for like 7 days, 2 weeks, and see how you feel. Even get your blood done like you, Dr. Pat, because it's nothing more powerful than seeing the results. Or if you just start feeling better, you don't know, you're not sure what happened, but you start drinking water after listening to us, which we hope you're going to do, everyone who's listening. That's the power of water. So as cliche as it sounds, it's really worth trying, adding water. Yeah, that's the message, right, Dr. Pat?
Yeah.
Really easy, really powerful.
Yeah, and I just want to tell everybody we're going to be doing an entire show on ozonated water. And the reason we're going to be doing that is because, the research is now coming in. Dr. Agnes, this is something you're going to want to find out about. Latest article in March of this year talked about ozonated water for supplemental treatment for cancer. So, we have a university, Ball University, doesn't use chemicals anymore to clean. They use ozone water. And so now we're even finding out that most people, you can get an ozone machine for $300. But now the information is coming in. Most people will tell you, though, if you're going to drink any kind of water, please choose at least to purify it in some way, because we're not even sure these days, Dr. Agnes, what is in the water. I have a couple of friends that are doctors that look at nothing but what's coming through your faucet. And there are a lot of ways to go about that, right? Yeah. Purifying the water, right?
Of course. And again, please drink half of your body weight, pounds in ounces. Mm-hmm. For example, if you weighed let's say 200, it will be 200 for 2, and it's 100. So the recommended daily water consumption would be 100 O's. And if you're weighting yourself in kilograms, so it's you need to do by 30, and you will get the results in liters. For example, if you weigh 90 kilos, it will be 90/30, so it's free. So that's your recommended daily water consumption would be 3 liters. And of course, you're unique. Your body needs are unique, but just to make it really simple, make sure you're drinking enough water. Mm-hmm. And the last thing, very simple rule, how to measure the level of your dehydration. So if your urine has a strong color, if it's orange or even darker, you're seriously in a big trouble. So a careful hydrated body produces almost colorless pee. Please remember about that.
Yeah.
And if that's
and
really
I want to
important.
make sure that folks, first of all, again, tell folks how they can send you their picture of water and tell them about the coaching that you're going to provide them with.
Okay, sure. So everyone who would like to be coached by me, there is a possibility. I have 3 spots for complimentary coaching for those of you who will dare and send me email where you show me photo of how and when you drink your water. So that's it. It's very easy, but I want to know how you are doing it, how you started doing it after this episode, how you're drinking your water, in what you're grabbing it with you. Do you have special bottles for your water? So please send me. I'm really waiting for your emails. If you have any question, you can always write me and ask me. I'm here for you. And if you just want to know more even about water, there is an article on my website. So again, dragnesfrankel.com. I'm really happy to help you, and I'm here for you. So dare to be healthy, vibrant, and beautiful, and drink your water. Please drink your water.
I love it. And for those of you out there, I just want you to know we're going to be making sure we post Dr. Agnes's just for really very cool, generous offer and work with her. Dr. Agnes, there's a lot we've talked about today. What is your personal message? What would you like to leave folks with today?
Okay. So my personal message of today is that I dare you to start drinking water right now, because it changed my life, my life story as a medical doctor and human being. I was those person drinking coffee all day or night, and water changed it. So please dare to do it for yourself and for me. And if it doesn't work, you can just write me and we can have a conversation about that. But I wanted to make an action. So I'm leaving you with this request and with this challenge. Dare to do it and write me how it works for you, and write me if it doesn't, and we'll have the discussion. And I'm really waiting for your emails. Thank you, Dr. Pat.
You bet. And for those of you out there, if you've missed any part of this today, I want to make sure this show will replay again later on tonight. Go to the drpatshow.com or simply go to transformationtalkradio.com. We're going to take a short break because why? We've got more coming up here on Transformation Talk Radio.
Preceding audio was via a Skype call.